Okay, so let's begin. What are stems? So stems are the musical elements when layered together create a song, right? So in December of 2022, our Serato created this revolutionary musical technology where you could separate the stems by vocal, melody, bass, and drums with one click on the screen or through your hot cues on your mixer or DJ controller. So since then, since the inception of Scratch Live, in some crazy tech lab in New Zealand, our team has been working very hard to revolutionize and, push forward the boundaries of this music technology. And today, we flipped the DJ world on its head, essentially, and created Serato stems. So let's give it up for our team. Some of our New Zealand team, Mark is here. With our New Zealand team, they work very hard to create this technology, and we have to give it up for them because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be having this right now. So the big question is, how do you get stems? Everybody here can get stems, and all you have to do is download the latest version of Serato. How do we do that? Let's get it up on the screen here. Cool. So Serato.com could download the latest version. I'm going to click it right here. And a big question, and a lot of artists who we come across always ask, is my laptop good enough to do stems? And it's been something that's been, talked about. So I'm just going to go through some system requirements and get you all set up so you can access stems and use stems within your DJ sets. So if I scroll down a little bit here, the system requirements, if you have a 2017 or newer laptop, you're in good standing. If you have a laptop that's older than 2017, you might be experiencing some performance issues. So if your processor is an Intel Core i5, those are for our Windows users because y'all do exist out there. i5, i7, and i9, you're in good standing. If you have an Apple computer, like myself, the M1, M2, or M3 is also good. Memory, 8 gigabytes or higher. For your storage, 15 gigs of more space. I hope everybody's clearing out as much space on their laptops as possible. Big question, operating systems. We're always confused whether or not we should be updating our operating systems or not. I like to call this our big three, which is Sonoma, Ventura, Monterey. If you are on Catalina or Big Sur, you can still use stems, but our developers, our support team in our crazy tech lab in New Zealand are not testing on that. So just be aware of that. If you are on Mojave, y'all got to step it up over here. So anybody on Mojave, get those new laptops. All right, cool. So let's get into it. So if you have Serato DJ 3.0 or higher, you have stems. And you could access stems with the stems icon right over here. So I'm going to load a track. This is a track called Caught Up by Kendra Diaz, remixed by our very own Cut Corners. I just loaded that in, and right over here is our stems icon. Going to click on that. And as you can see, the layout of stems is how it appears on the cue pads of a DJ mixer. So the first row is where we have the stem separation technology. You can separate it by vocal, melody, bass, or drums. So let's give that a try. I'm gonna play this track and then take out the vocal by pushing the vocal icon and then adding it back on. So let's try that. So that's how a quick example of how you can remove a vocal from a track instantly. Next is the melody. So let's try removing the melody out of this track by clicking the melody icon and then adding it back on. Was so caught up in all the drama that I had to leave. I know, yeah. I can get up in it if I wanted to. I let you finish, but I can't make myself some other thing. Thing is, you know that I can get up. Sweet. And now the next icon, the next stem separation is the bass. So by clicking the bass right here, we can remove that stem from the track. So let's give that a try and give it a listen. In it, if I wanted to keep you on my Sweet. And then lastly, the fourth stem would be our drums. So by clicking the drums icon, we can remove the drums from the track and then add it back on. Cool. So now for our second row, we have the effects for each stem. So underneath the vocal stem is the vocal echo out. I'll do a quick example of when you click it, instead of it being so abrupt, by taking out the vocal, it'll echo out. Let's try that. I stay under your skin, babe. Then I go where the wind takes me. I'm not trying to fit in, fit in. 'Cause it's been too long since I was thinking about what's best for me. And for the next effects, stem effects, it would be the instrumental echo out. So this effects will take out the melody, the bass, and the drums, leaving just the vocal.
the wind takes me. I'm not trying to fit in, no. 'Cause it's been too long since I was thinking about what's best for me. Was so caught up in all the drama that I had to leave. I know, yeah, I know.
And for our third stem effect under the bass would be a breaker sound. So let's give that a listen.
If I wanted to, I'd let you finish, but I can't make myself so fame. Thing is, you know that I can get up in it. If I wanted to, I'd keep you on my life.
And for our fourth stem effects, it would be the drums echo out. This will leave the vocal, melody, and bass just echoing out the drums. And there you have it. That's how you can access your stems, isolate the vocal, melody, bass, and drums, and also use the effects within each one. Now, how do I get these stems, right? Let's go to our settings, setup. If you click on DJ preferences, and then when you're connected to a DJ mixer, you will see this line item called analyze. This means that every time you load a track onto your virtual decks, it will analyze the stems automatically. And over here with this line item, replace primary hardware with pad mode with stems. I replaced the pad mode for the loop roll for this S11 mixer. You can also go to this drop down and you could replace the sampler and slicer if you please. I'm from the East Coast, New York and Jersey, so I like using my samplers. So I like to replace my roll pad mode with stems. Now, another big question that come across a lot of artists when we meet with them at our Serato studios in New York and LA is this stems folder, this stems crate. So this stems crate will analyze any song that you put in here and rewrite the files for each stem. So instead of it analyzing when you load it onto your virtual decks, it'll analyze it and essentially take up storage place. So a way you can do that is I'll take this Kendra Diaz Caught Up track and I'll put it into our stems folder. I'll add one more. I'll put this Ryan James Carr, really dope drummer and musician. This Keep Holding On track, I'll put that into our stems folder as well. And you'll know that it's processed because our stems icon right here will go from gray to white. So I'm gonna do a quick mix for these two songs. Let's see how it sounds. I'm gonna load this Ryan James Carr track to my right deck. Let's sync them both. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stem out this Ryan James Carr track and just keep the bass and the drums in here and remove the vocal and the melody. So prior to that, I was using the pad modes on this S11 mixer, but you can also click on the stems icons on your Serato by doing that. So let's keep that on. And then for this caught up track, I will keep the vocal and the melody here. So let's see how this sounds. And there you have it.
All right.